Hey everybody, welcome to Justice League Week on Super Comic Fun Time. I can't tell you how unbelievably hyper I am to share the book I'm going to share with you tonight. So at first we should relax. I should do one of my ums. And then hopefully we'll chase the accursed ums away while I'm doing the actual video. So take a deep breath in. Well, that's a little bit better, but I'm still unbelievably hyper to share this book with you. So let's go ahead and put our camera in our camera holder and do the little thing. And there you see it. We are doing Justice League, the Darkseid War. Isn't that exciting? Well, if you don't know anything about this book, you might not be very excited, and that's understandable. I don't know how popular this series was when it was being printed. Excuse me, we're going to have a little wobbling for a second. Okay, I think the wobbling is almost done. We're still a little off the plane I would like to be. There we go. I think we're snapped in. And so I somehow managed to avoid most of this story. And that is to the good. So if you have any inclination of reading this book whatsoever, turn off this video right now, get the book and read it, and you will thank me. I think this will work better without spoilers because we're going to spoil the heck out of this book. Oh my God, I don't know what my expectation was when I got it. Like, I think I said a million times, I grew up a Marvel kid, and I really didn't pay that much attention to DC. Now, one of the things that we've been doing is, you'll remember we looked at Justice League International a couple of months ago, and I wasn't that impressed with it. And of course, that was from the 80s. So, and of course it was an annual too. And I was impressed with like the backstory in there, the 8-page story, which was really, really good. I've read certain things. This book is mostly self-contained so far. There are a few things that it would be good to know from Forever. What is it? I dislike when I can't remember these things when I'm on camera. I was like Forever Evil. It was a New 52 storyline, and that was a lot of fun. It followed off on the Trinity War, which I had no idea what the Trinity War was about either, and I read those backwards. I would have done so much better if I would have known the order, but I didn't bother to look it up. Anyways, I'm getting off on a tangent. Let's jump into this story. So we start with 2 preludes, or prologues. So we got this first prologue. It takes place on Themyscira. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. I'm not Greek. And so it's the night of Diana's birthday. Now, I was working on a blog post for this later. I was just trying to write down all my recollections from it. And in my mind, Wonder Woman, a.k.a. Diana Prince, a.k.a. Diana of Themyscira, is an immortal goddess. So I just tend to think she was born, not millions, but thousands of years ago, maybe hundreds of years ago. And she just kind of got off the island when Steve Trevor crashed there. But so I have no idea when this is taking place. In my mind, it's taking place like around 5000 BC, maybe 4000 BC. But definitely a long time ago. But that's probably not the case because most people's imaginations don't work like mine, and stories have to be believable to people. Now, so what's happening here is Diana's being born, but on the very same night, a character named Marina Black, and I'm not very familiar with the Wonder Woman. Well, I tell you, I was a Marvel kid, so I'm ignorant of a lot of stuff DC. So Marina Black is giving birth at the same time to a child of Darkseid. And they have a prophet here, and the prophet couldn't see what was going to happen at the night of the birth. That's why she's here. So when she sees it, she sees all this stuff. Oh my God. She sees a new God born. She sees hope lost. That's Lex Luthor there. And, that's Apocalypse. I mean, this is so cool. This is why you should not be watching this video if you haven't read this book, because, you get this nice little prologue here. So, it's really blatant foreshadowing. I mean, it's almost giving you spoilers before you watch the book, but it's so cool. And so anyways, the prophet sees what's going to happen, and her compatriot wants to kill the baby, and she kicks her off a cliff because, we'll see. So right here, Mobius. This is, again, foreshadowing. I had no idea what was going on here, so let's see. If this child survives, there will be destruction beyond us. If your baby lives, Marina, this world will die. The universe will die. So that's how you know we're in another crisis. And the anti-God will be reborn. And so this is a relatively short prologue, and it's pretty good. And then, she says, heck no. And see, I don't know a lot of Darkseid stuff too, but this is important here, this little Omega symbol, which will come in later in the book. So we've got a ways to go. I know where I want to stop in this. And so that's the first prologue. So she kills the prophet because, and my daughter will bring, she believes her daughter, who she names Grail, will bring salvation to the universe. So let's see how it plays out. But first we have to do another prologue. I like this prologue. It's nice and short. This one's a little bit longer. So here we got words. It's essentially Metron explaining his character to us, because a lot of us might not know who Metron is. And if I say Metatron during the recording, I apologize in advance. Metatron is an angel. He was supposed to be Enoch from the Bible, who walked perfectly with God, and so God translated him in heaven, and he became Metatron, the most powerful angel. I grew up Catholic. I never heard of Metatron. I thought it was the coolest angel when I did hear about it as an adult, and if I was a kid, Metatron would have been my hero. In fact, I think the movie Tron, the original 1982, I think it was, Disney film, I think it's actually about Metatron if you watch it closely. I've watched all of the extras on the DVD that came out about 17 years ago or so, and they never say that, but I think they're talking about Metatron, whether they know it or not. I don't know why they decided to name it Tron. You've got electrons and you've got protons. See, that's different. But so, I don't know. I should look up the etymology. Taking a sip. Again, sorry I'm so hyper. I mean, this story is just so good. So what Metatron is saying, he's introducing himself. He's saying, some people think he's on Darkseid's side. Some people think he's on Highfather's side on New Genesis. But really, he's on his own side. What he likes to do is watch. He's basically a TV watcher. He's a giant couch potato. He's a godly couch potato. If the world ends, if the universe ends, he won't have anything more to watch. So he's talking about how there have been these different crises where the universes have ended, and then more have begun, and then they've ended again, and it's happening so often that it's causing a problem with the fabric of reality, and it could be the end of everything. So let's see, I'm pausing to look at this. I don't quite remember this panel now. Wilson Morgan. Okay, yeah, so this is referencing events before this book. I haven't read them. I don't know what the Amazo virus is, and I kind of glossed over that part because it didn't matter for the greater story. So he is an angel. So here, they're even I think Metron is kind of Metatron. It's just a condensed word. It's sort of like Abram in the Bible becomes Abraham. He leaves, I guess, India. I forget exactly where Abram came from, but he was traveling, and then he meets the priest Melchizedek, and he gets a new name, Abraham, which it seems irrelevant. So maybe Metron is supposed to become Metatron, or maybe Metron is a demotion to Metatron, or maybe Jack Kirby, when he created him, just wanted to make it different. Maybe Metatron was his favorite angel too, and he didn't want to do him any injustices by making a poor comic version. But even here, you look at his design on the suit, it looks like from Disney's Tron. I am Metron. I am the keeper of all knowledge, past and present, archivist of ideas and timelines, voyeur of the universe and those beyond it. I have seen into the dark. I have seen on the horizon a dark tomorrow. A war between two of the most powerful evil beings in existence is about to erupt. And if I don't stop this war from happening once again, history will unravel. But this time, reality may not be stable enough to survive. I would say this story itself could unravel history. I was, like I said, I was working on a blog post later, and I was recapping the story, and it's just so big that, I mean, it's almost like a real story, because in my mind, having read it, it makes sense, but when I tried to recapitulate it, it doesn't make any sense, which I think that led me to postulate that if something is true, it doesn't make sense. History makes sense because it's a story. Somebody took out, they edited what actually happened, and you get a spin on it that meets your ideals or whatever. So anyways, there he was filling us on the Mazo virus thing, I guess. And then it's like, here he's talking about how he got the peace between Darkseid and Highfather by an exchange of sons. And here's Scott, who becomes Scott-free, a.k.a. Mr. Miracle. And he gets sent to the slave camps on Apocalypse, while Darkseid's son comes to live on New Genesis in relative, and here, Orion is Darkseid's son, and I guess this is Orion, because Orion wouldn't be crying. You cry? Ha! You will not survive Apocalypse, son of Highfather. You will die. You will die crying while I destroy New Genesis from within. I am Orion. I am the son of Darkseid. And unlike you, I will not be broken. So yeah, Jack Kirby must have had some very interesting ideas, and it's about a month away. It's less than a month away for the big Omnibus to come out, and it's exciting. Today I saw it on Amazon for the lowest price ever. I'll include a link below. I don't know how long that price will be that low. I think it was it's a $150 book, and today it was on sale for $91. So I'll put the link in the description, and maybe you'll be able to catch it. Maybe you won't. It's Amazon's prices are like popcorn. They jump around all the time. Okay, so anyways, then we get about. Then years later, it happened for the first time. Okay, so he does this. The reason he wants peace between New Genesis and Apocalypse is not for any altruistic reason, but because if Apocalypse and New Genesis go to all-out war, it could destroy everything, and he won't have any shows to watch. And that's pretty much Metron's motivation. And so look at this art here. So here, I guess, he's the anti-monitor. Well, the anti-monitor is it's confusing to me, because I did read Crisis on Infinite Earths, and this is the anti-monitor from there. But somehow in the New 52, he's different. And we'll discover that as we go along too. So yeah, here you got I think that's the Spirit. You just got so many great superheroes. Look, Robin and Batman are just kind of hanging out in midair. I don't know how they do that, but yeah, this was in Crisis on Infinite Earth, when they are attacking the anti-monitor in the antimatter universe. And so here you got some more great art. And you even have Mr. Cold. I've been reading The Flash, Jeff Johns' run of The Flash, and that's very good too. And now I can't think of Mr. Cold's real name, so you'll have to bear with me. So here we go. We've got, this is supposed to be from the first Justice League story from the New 52, when Darkseid shows up. I saw the cartoon. I haven't read that book. Okay, and so here Metron comes. This is the Anti-Monitor, a.k.a. Mobius. Now, this confused me. It's Mobius, that's so familiar. Well, the name of Metron's chair is the Mobius chair. So I'm are they connected somehow? And And again, we'll find out. So anyways, this part confused me too. There's several parts where I think people die, but they don't. So, the anti-monitor is like saying, you know, I'm not going to do anything to stop this war. In this world they're on, this is from the Crime Syndicate, which is the Forever Evil storyline. They ran away. We didn't know why. It's just they were afraid of something, so they came to our Earth, and they defeated the Justice League pretty much, except maybe for Batman, but he was pretty much defeated too. Everything, I don't remember how they got out of it. Lex Luthor played a big part in that. And so did, I think, Dick Grayson. I think Nightwing sacrificed himself and was somehow come back to life. It's been a little while since I read that, and I wasn't doing a channel then, so I was just reading it for my own entertainment. But anyway, so we never found out what was chasing the Crime Syndicate from their own world to our world, and now we do. And, you know, maybe they referenced it in books between there and then because it's been a number of years. So anyways, yeah, I thought Metron was dying here because, you know, I want Darkseid. Darkseid's death is key to all of this. And look, there's blood coming out of his mouth and stuff. The age of the new gods is about to end. And the age of the anti-god will begin. And so, yeah, this was a bit confusing, and we'll see why later as we go on. So now we're getting into the Darkseid War proper. And you have these characters here who are minions of Darkseid. And this woman comes home, and her name is Marina Black. So they, like, they got to know that this is not the Marina Black. And, like, her husband's name is Thomas. Which is interesting because that's Batman's father's name, which I don't know if it's connected at all. Thomas actually means twin. There's like a Thomas conspiracy in Christianity where Jesus may not have died on the cross, or he did die on the cross and his brother Thomas took his place. The doubting Thomas would have been Jesus's twin brother. So, and people supposedly knew about this, like Da Vinci, and he encoded it into some of his paintings. And I'm not so sure about that. But at any rate, so they know it's not her, but they kill her anyways. Then I kind of like this convention they use in this book. Whenever they use a boom tube. Now, a boom tube is how people from the fourth world travel. They use a thing called a mother box, which is kind of like an iPhone, a super advanced iPhone. Back when Jack Kirby created it, we had no idea what it would be. But the mother box can do a variety of things. It can give you information on stuff, like it can look up the cosmic Wikipedia, and it can also open up these boom tubes and allow people to travel. So they go on to the next place. And let's see, this is Scott Free. He's telling his story, and we find out about his life on the slave camps. And we're just going to move past that because we have a lot to cover still to where I want to get to stop tonight. So, okay, so then the Justice League show up, and they are, what it turns out that Cyborg has parts of mother boxes in him, and every time a boom tube opens on Earth, he gets a headache, which maybe this is what came up in the first Justice League story, the one I didn't read, the first one of the New 52, and maybe that's when that was established. But anyways, so things tend to die a lot quicker when these people are in the room. You find anything else? So what's happening is a bunch of Marina Blacks are being murdered. That's a very uncommon name. I doubt, I would have to look it up. So, you know, on this earth, Marina Black is kind of a common name because I think there's like a couple of hundred they have to go through. Then we, you know, they're doing their detective stuff. And then we segue to Superman and Lex Luthor, and they are, and LexCorp, I think. Superman is having trouble trusting Luthor. And these, you know, this is kind of how they tell the story. It's like Superman is kind of mean in this book. It's like, I have super hearing, Luthor, and during the outbreak, I heard you threaten Neutron's life. I heard your sister argue against it. That, and he's like talking within Superman, that was all for show. Listen, you can light up those red eyes to intimidate someone. A normal, regular human like me, I have to use words. So it's very interesting. They're not getting along. It's like in Forever Evil, Luthor was intimidating Ted Kord's father, trying to get a hold of the Kord Industries, and Luthor sort of became a good guy, bad guy hero. And then they go to this guy. I guess this has to do with the Amazo virus or whatever. The story, I don't know. Okay, move aside. What am I even paying you all for? Superman just challenged Lex Luthor to cure cancer. Oh yeah, this is it. Is like this guy's dying and he is going to die. And so Superman uses a persuasion technique and he says, then you can't, if he wakes up, he's going to die. But he goes, he's as good as dead. You've bragged for years about your capabilities as a man of science, business, and medicine. Your team is having trouble saving his life. Why don't you, unless you can't? And so, like right here, Superman just challenged Lex Luthor to cure cancer, and I get to watch. I got the best job in the world. And then we go back to Scott Free. And here, his mother box is like a cube. It looks sort of like the cube from Hellraiser. So maybe that's Scott's problem, is like his mother box is evil. But she seems nice when he talks to her. But he talks about, his troubles escaping those colors. Why do you wear those colors? What? Why do you wear those colors? If you think I'll go down without a fight, do you wear them because they come from New Genesis? The world that pretends to embody fairness and tolerance, the world you despise for sending you here. So yeah, they're on Apocalypse now. The world you refuse to return to, is it because there are colors like those there? Is that why you wear them? I choose to wear them. You choose. You think because you survived my camps. Oh yeah, so this is Darkseid. Darkseid is kind of cool here. He looks scarier than I've ever seen him. Usually he's kind of like a blue face with purple, but I like this Darkseid a lot. You choose. You think because you survived my camps, because you escaped your cells, because you run free that you are? Is that not the name? Is that not your name? You are not free, slave. You never have been. And then, they have a little fight, and Scott Free gets injured, and he says, get me out of here, Mother Box, and then you get the boom. Okay, and then we are back with the Justice League detectives. Another woman named Marina Black was murdered in Richmond, Virginia 30 minutes ago. A third one killed in Miami 10 minutes ago. It's delayed as usual, but I can feel the headaches coming, I think. Are you all right? There are 44 Marina Blacks in the United States alone. I'm routing the address to Argus. Argus is kind of like S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't know that much about him, but, just go with that for now. And Steve, they will need... Steve, that's Steve Trevor, Wonder Woman's old squeeze. I don't know if they were ever together in the New 52, but of course back in 1941, Steve Trevor is the whole reason that Diana left Themyscira and came to the world of men. What was going on? What's going on is whoever here was cloaked themselves. We didn't find anything. So yeah, this woman too needs some explanation. In Forever Evil, there was this cowardly guy, like a Green Lantern, and he was called Power Ring because the ring finds like the worst person in the world and, the most cowardly person, and then it uses them. It makes them a slave, more or less, and tells them what to do. But she's getting mentoring from Hal Jordan in order to be able to control that. And this part here, oh my God. So, see, I can usually hear the voice of the ring whispering awful things to me, but it's gone quiet. I thought I was getting more in control, but it's like it's waiting for something. Or maybe you are in control. Yeah, Flash is kind of mentoring her too. I just assume it's Green Lantern because they're both Power Ring type people. And then, Flash! I have his frequency locked. This part really freaked me out. This is so good. You are a doorway traveler for me. And look at that. Oh my God. I thought for sure he was dead. I thought they were going to just kill everybody. I mean, I know it's silly. It's comic books. But so I guess she comes out somewhat energetically. But look at those hands coming out of his mouth. Oh my God. That is just awful. So she says first blood. That's why I assumed he was dead. And then she uses that kind of axe thing on him. And there she is. That's Genesis. And she's got the upside down Omega sign. I'm going to hurt you all so very, very much. I mean, she's terrifying, especially in this part here. You are the humans you are the human among the others. Even you could still cause me serious trouble. So you hurt first. So she does all this stuff. She fights these guys and they can't really seem to stop her. And then Scott Free pops in somehow. So yeah, Marina Black. Actually, he's not. He's at another crime scene. Let's see. Kanto, Darkseid's favorite assassin. The last time I saw him, he killed Haman. And maybe it's Hyman. And he'll kill me if he gets the chance. But I need to survive. And I guess, yeah, they've got a history together, which I guess we'll see. Everything is kind of cross-cutting unless I skipped a page. So yeah, Kanto and Scott Free. So yeah, then we're back here, and I guess she tears off a part of Cyborg's armor. Your technology is evolving. Your parts will be very valuable to me. And then let's see. Poor child. I hate to end them so young. So yeah, that's Shazam. So yeah, now having read further and rereading this for you guys now, I am seeing a pattern emerge. So then Diana gets her with the golden lasso, and it turns out that it doesn't really work on her because she's a god. Superman, Diana, that Wonder Woman, tell her hi for me. I have no idea who this guy is. He looks so weird. Why is he why is he even in this book? I mean, in the Avengers, it was kind of cool. You had these people in Age of Ultron taking selfies while a couple of the Avengers were in this lab. And that was kind of cool because it didn't interfere with the story. But I mean, look at that guy. Why is Wonder Woman going to care about him? Okay. I'm not sure the lasso is working on her. Are you talking to the Kryptonian? Is he wondering who I am? Are you? Dear sister, it is no secret. I am of Amazon blood, and I carry the mission we were created for. So she breaks, looks like she breaks her shield. You're stronger without them, aren't you? My mother told me all about you, princess. Like your queen and her sheep. So I guess that's... Oh, I guess it broke her, her bracelets. So yeah, lots of stuff going on. I mean, I was just so enthralled, I kind of probably missed a lot of stuff. So then, they come here. I don't know if the guy who had that virus got saved, but then it turns out... that's not for you to decide. You aren't the leader of the Justice League. So yeah, let me remember what's going on here. No matter how your PR team dresses it up, you're still a common criminal. Between the Amazo virus and this, we don't need your help. So he wants to help the Justice League with what's going on because Diana just called. Diana just went dead. So yeah, Diana's link just went dead. So then it turns out that Lex's own sister... betrays him. If you want something done, do it yourself, right? Don't look so surprised, Superman. Everyone hates him. And so, yeah, that was kind of shocking. And then we have the Green Lantern again. And, they're still fighting Genesis. And this fight goes on for a little while. And then, here, this is... I guess what she was doing, she was collecting their blood for a ritual. Do you think that's right? Because she wanted to summon the Anti-Monitor here. And so, these are the evil Justice League, the crime syndicate, and they are, well, not her, but they're in prison. These are the ones who survived the Forever Evil book. Not all of them did. So he's coming. The monster is coming for us. This is Ultraman, and he can't stand the sun. He put the moon in front of the sun and somehow blacked out the earth. The Destroyer is here. I mean, look at that art. It's just so good. Oh, and then, like, why? So he wants to know why Lex's sister killed him. Then you have Superwoman here from the Forever Evil. Now, the one is here. Oh, sweet child. Yeah, she was pregnant in Forever Evil, and she was kind of playing all of the males against each other, claiming that each one was the father, like Ultraman and the Batman type character, which I think he was Owlman, and I forget, there was like another male, and she kind of played them all off with this pregnancy thing, promising him that each one was the father. Send my brother and Superman to their end. Yes, Lena Luthor. So she's using a mother box for Darkseid. So somehow she's under the control, or she's working with Darkseid. Yes, Scott. Then, like, we jump here, got free, and boom, mother box. And then, like, here, this is where we meet the real Marina Black, and that's the end. And she has that. So I'm going to end it there. I edited out some of this video for you, so because it is going on kind of long. It's 30 minutes, and we've just gone through the prologues, and so we are going to end it here. Besides, I hear the kids making a lot of noise outside, and I kind of want to look at that, make sure nothing bad is happening. Not my kids, neighborhood kids. They're loud sometimes when they're playing. And sometimes it sounds like murder, but when you go out there, nothing's happening. But I always like to check. So anyways, this video, a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. And we will continue this journey of the Darkseid War tomorrow. And this is a very, very good book. I can't iterate that enough. Thank you for being a supporter. Look down in the description for a link to this book, and the link to my affiliate channel, which I just link right to the comics and graphic novels. And again, I thank you for your patronage. I hope you enjoyed this show. I hope you are inspired to get this book if you haven't, because it's amazing. So, I'll talk to you soon.